seats, many political heavyweights in this election fray, in this particular phase. Two experts joining us, one from Bihar, one from the Delhi studios, to help us get a better understanding of how this particular election will play out. Praful Ketkar, senior political journalist, joining us in the Delhi studios. Amarnath Tiwari, senior political journalist, joining us from Bihar to take this deliberation forward. Let me first come to you, Mr. Praful Ketkar. You know, Bihar, is this the round of the heavyweights when it comes to big names in the election fray?
Oh, certainly, especially Patna Sahib, Patliputra and Ara. Anyway, these are, supposed to be the heavyweight seats traditionally.
True.
And this is also true that generally the trend of Bihar, because like Tamil Nadu, Bihar tends to go one way if, it picks up the, the trend, and these are the areas, these are the seats which decides the trend.
Okay.
So generally when BJP has retained Patna Sahib and Patliputra, BJP has done considerably well but the real thing is, because JDU has almost repeated all its candidates, how JDU performs in this NDA thing, scheme of things, because still now what has happened since 2000, I'm discounting the assembly part, but at least in Lok Sabha election 2009 onwards, that wherever JDU has gone, Bihar has gone.
Okay.
Now how does this affect, because till last Lok Sabha, JDU was very much with, as an NDA partner, but in between, as in assembly elections, it was RJD partner, coming back just before Lok Sabha elections. So how does it work out? Because this was the place where India alliance was formed.
True.
And this is the place where India alliance was broken.
True.
So that is where, and people talk about the voting percentage. Bihar traditionally has been the low voter turnout state simply because there is a lot of migratory voters who are largely coming to Delhi or Mumbai or many other metropolitan cities. So another important aspect that I would like to look for, because Bihar is one state where women voters would be higher to men voters, because generally women folks would be staying back and men folks
migrate,
would migrate. So how do they vote? The moment their percentage is higher, Nitish Kumar and BJP would have a last laugh.
Okay. Mr. Tiwari, looking at Bihar and the last phase of elections, your opening thoughts on how this could play out, because as Mr. Ketkar put it, this is where it all started for the opposition, and this is where you put together a team. The team crumbled also very much in the same state. So where does that leave the opposition, and do you see the opposition running out of steam?
No, Anil, I would like to add one thing, what Mr. Kelkar was telling us right now. I mean, this time JDU is along with BJP and NDA alliance party and all. But this time BJP, I think JDU is not helping out to BJP candidates in any of the constituency, where I mean the vote transfer is doubtful because of one primary reason, that the huge unpopularity of Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. So BJP, whatever BJP NDA candidates are contesting this election is just because of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi is so popular among the voters of Bihar as a Prime Minister candidate that he himself is seen to pulling out all the NDA candidates in majority of the seats this time.
Okay.
I mean, people are not talking about the JDU, people are not talking about anyone, but yes, Prime Minister Modi is usually popular among them.
Okay.
Right.
Mr. Ketkar, does that leave, especially brand Prime Minister Modi, to be the flag bearer, especially when it comes to Bihar? Because whichever expert has come in the studio has always mentioned Maharashtra, Bihar, too difficult to call for 2024.
Oh, yes. See, he is absolutely right. This is difficult more for the BJP allies rather than for BJP. But ultimately, it is going to decide the overall NDA performance. That is why how far Prime Minister Modi's popularity is going to benefit the alliance partner, that is going to decide the final outcome. But remember, Anil, Bihar is one state where the present dynamics of political alliances was more or less same in the last election. So, the experiment of Indie Alliance or India bloc hasn't changed the equation much, and that's why I am saying women voters. See, though among youth, the popularity of Mr. Nitish Kumar may be doubtful, but when it comes to the woman voter, whether in terms of his traditional, hallmark of giving, either bicycles or providing connectivity to the schools, or now liquor ban, all these three things work very well for him among women. So, higher the woman voting percentage, benefit Modi Nitish Kumar ji.
Okay, higher the women voting percentage, it benefits Nitish Kumar and the NDA along with BJP put together. Mr. Tiwari, the other factor that one should consider, the youth. Where would the youth be looking at? Looking at both the factions, the NDA as well as the opposition bloc. Which way do you see the youth of Bihar, moving or catching its fancy when it comes to the two parties?
Yeah, adding this Ketkar's view that yes, women are voting. I mean, in last 6 phases of poll in Bihar, women are voting more than men this time also in last 6 phases of poll. So they are seen in a huge queue of voters. The women are coming up to the polling booths to cast their votes and all. But as far as youths are concerned of the state, they are also voting for Narendra Modi's name because of his image and all. And a section of youths are also supporting RJD, Tejasvi Yadav's party, just because of his employment thing. I mean, generating employment and giving opportunity for the coming to job and all. So a section of youths are also support them, RJD party and Tejasvi Yadav. But a large section of youths, we have seen that they are participating in the poll. They are casting their vote in favor of Narendra Modi because they are saying that this is election of making a prime minister, not of Bihar centric election. This is a center centric election. So we will vote for Narendra Modi. So we can safely say that a large number of youths of Bihar are also voting for the BJP and NDA candidates.
Mr. Ketkar, the battle for legacy, one would say, do you see the future play out, especially when it comes to the stalwarts and the regional boroughs that they enjoy in this election of 2024, especially in Bihar?
Oh yes, this is going to be a very a typical transitional election in Bihar because Nitish Kumar and his holdover. It's true that last 20 years wherever he has gone, he has added 10-12% of vote, and that has decided the final outcome. But this looks to be that finally it is the graph is going down. So how it is going to decide the the future of Bihar elections? How far the Chirag Paswans and the RJD's family. See, in between when RJD-JDU alliance had in place, again and again what BJP tried to do, BJP actually tried to remind the voters about the quote-unquote Jungle Raj and the way the things have come out of the era. So it was a subtle reminder. So and on the other hand, BJP with Samrat Chaudhary who has some experience of spending time in RJD and still a very young and very aggressive kind of face, has brought a different kind of youth dynamics. So I see future of Bihar politics more in terms of Samrat, Chirag and Tejasvi. How does that equation play out, especially when Vidhan Sabha elections are just a year on around. So and RJD's legacy, because almost entire family is in the in the tight corner when it comes to the corruption related cases. Entire family is almost in the fray in some or the other role as far as elections are concerned. So it will be really interesting how far people of Bihar respond to this. One, Lalu's legacy, Nitish, the last 20 years of swinging here and there and still carrying forward that legacy. So it will be really interesting.
Mr. Tiwari, looking at the CPI-ML, they are in this election fray, 3 seats that they are fighting, all 3 seats in this particular phase. How do you see the options that are there, especially for the people? And CPI-ML trying, or rather striving hard to stay relevant in national politics.
Oh yes, I mean in the last phase, in 7th phase, all CPI-ML candidates are going to poll from Nalanda, Karakat, and Ara. Sudama Prasad, Rajaram Singh, and Sandeep Saurabh is contesting against JDU candidate Kausalendra Kumar in Nalanda. So all are putting up their might, and the grassroots EBC votes and EBC, I mean their supporters, they are trying to galvanize them in favor of them. And at least in Karakat, where they are contesting Rashtriya Lok Morcha candidate Upendra Kushwaha, even Bhojpuri star Pawan Singh has made this poll triangular in Karakat. But yes, Rajaram Singh is contesting on CPI-ML candidate as a CPI-ML candidate, and he's putting a tough fight out there. So they are trying to, I mean, CPI-ML, they are trying to, I mean, encroach their space in political space this time on a national level. You are very right.
Okay. Mr. Ketkar, staying with Karakat, the entry of the Bhojpuri star as an independent, does that make Karakat very much a triangular contest? You have Upendra Kushwaha, this becoming one of the best battles to look forward to, in this particular phase.
Certainly. And also because, traditionally it has given, a lot of votes for CPI-ML candidate. This has been, the pockets.
The pockets, yes.
CPI-ML always had pockets in Bihar. Interestingly, traditionally, if you see, it was more a kind of, either anti-Ranveer Sena or anti-Bhumiyar kind of thing. But then now the kind of equations that have built up. Bihar is one peculiar state, which had always had some kind of left pockets. But this is also a state, many people do not know that besides CPI, CPI-M, CPI-ML, there are remaining left bloc which is considered to be in,
True.
LDF in Kerala and left bloc in Bengal. Here, all those other fractions related to communist parties, forward blocs, they are also fighting independently in Bihar. So, there are certain pockets, and here I think Upendra Kushwaha's credibility is at stake.
Okay.
How far does he really bring into the platter of NDA? That is going to be tested, because he tried to arm twist with both the sides, in between.
Yes.
So how much really he holds in terms
What's
of
the metal that he holds?
And remember, here RJD has also played very smartly, because RJD has first time given, I think,
Many
six
Kushwahas.
7. 6 or 7. So there also, I think, Upendra Kushwaha's hold over that caste dynamics is going to decide the outcome.
Okay, Mr. Tiwari, shifting to now Patliputra, one seat that the RJD has always tried, looking at Prasar Bharati herself being in the election fray, but never being able to get hold of it. Does that seem a possibility this time around? Looking at the assembly results, because it's almost 3 RJD, 2 CPI-ML, and 1 seat in that assembly, the 6 assembly constituencies that come with the Congress. Does that leave, the RJD on a better footing in 2024 in Patliputra?
While traveling to that constituency, I don't find any brighter side for the RJD candidate this time as well. Between 2014, 2019, Ramkripal Yadav had defeated Prasar Bharati. 2009, Lalu Yadav was defeated by his old friend and who turned 4 later, Ranjan Prasad Yadav. And he was defeated by almost 50,000 votes in 2009, Lalu Prasad. This time also, I mean, Ramkripal Yadav, the BJP candidate, is not winning Patliputra seat from last 2 polls because of any charisma of anyone and all that. It was all because of his easy accessibility to the voters. Voters do recall him, that he is very easily available to their functions, party functions, family functions. Whenever they call, they find himself go there. What the talk of the town is that if they vote for Misa Bharati, will she be able to, approachable, accessible to them? Because this seat is very closer to Patna, state capital Patna. I mean, Patna was divided into Patna Sahib and Patliputra, two seats. So people are very much politically aware, and they want their MP and their representative in parliament to be accessible to them for development work, for their social status and all these things. So Ram Kripal Yadav still seems in a very comfortable position this time as well because of his easy accessibility.
Okay, Mr. Ketkar, I'll let you have the final word on this program. I have listened to both the parties. Both party claims to be having the magic number of 40. The NDA says that they are winning 40 seats. The opposition too jumped in and said they are winning all 40 in Bihar. Where does that leave? People in Delhi looking at these elections. Is Bihar too close to call when the numbers come out on the 4th of June?
See, I personally believe that, the JDU seats where JDU is contesting for two reasons. One is because the 16 seats, because there seems to be a little bit of uneasiness about JDU's, switching of sides. Two, JDU has repeated almost all candidates on the seats. So the anti-incumbency works against the candidate. So there I feel, as far as BJP's own seats are concerned, I don't see much of a difference there. So will it be 39-1 as last time it had, happened? I doubt, but maybe 2-3 seats here and there. Otherwise, I don't see much of a difference when it comes to Bihar.
A quick word from you, Mr. Tiwari. Do you hold a similar view? 2-3 seats here and there. 39-1 was 29.
Yes, I would like to add one more thing to what Mr. Ketkar was saying. That it's not only JDU, but BJP has also repeated its candidate, barring 2 or 3.
Okay.
I think 3 seats.
Yeah.
I mean, there is huge resentment against the sitting MPs among the popular, but they are still saying that they will vote for them just because of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Okay.
So I think that NDA would be somewhere around 30 to 32 seats, and not to 39 to repeat that 2019 tally.
Okay, we're going to wait and watch for that on the 4th of June. Appreciate both of you joining us this evening on the program.
Thank
A pleasure having both of you helping us
having
understand the 8 seats in Bihar that go to polls in the 7th phase. Well, the Great Indian Election is your one-stop show on weekdays on all that matters in India's general election. What's the theme of our discussion on Wednesday night? Eastern state of West Bengal has 42 seats in India's parliamentary elections. The Trinamool Congress was on the ropes after Sandesh Khali, with BJP going full throttle in the battle for glory. Will CAA tip the scales? How will Congress and the left look for revival? Watch the seats and trends from the land of Bengal on the Great Indian Election at 8:30 p.m. IST only on DD India. Well, with that, it's a wrap of this edition of the Great Indian Election. You can connect with us on Facebook, X and Instagram. Good night, stay safe, take care.